Hi, and welcome to Hymas Family Favorites. Today I have a very special guest with me. This is Kate, my daughter. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Today I'm going to be teaching Kate how to make biscuits. So to start with, we've got our bowl, and we're going to add to this our flour. This is 2.5 cups of flour. Kate, will you go ahead and put that in there? Nice. Very good. And then we're going to add our baking powder. This is 3.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, and we have 1.5 teaspoons of salt and 1 teaspoon of sugar. Oh, you do that so well. All right, Kate, will you give that all a big stir for me? Make sure that gets all mixed together. Next, we are going to add a cube of very cold butter to our mix. You want to add it? Okay, very good. Okay, next we're going to use what we call pastry blender. Have you seen one of these before?
Nope.
Okay, you're going to watch on this part, okay, because it's a little bit tricky. Now, one of the most important parts when making biscuits is you need the butter or the fat that you're using to be really cold. And you need to touch it as little as possible because you don't want any heat to melt the butter that we just added to it.
That's kind of cool. It's like a butter slicer on it.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to use a spoon and scrape it off so that it gets back in the bowl. Do it. Want to give it a whirl? All right.
Do you have to push like hard?
Yep, you have to push pretty hard. And fill that. Yep. All right, you finish that up. See, there's still a few chunks of butter in there. We want to get it really in there, mixed in there really
small
good.
Chunks. So
yeah.
That we want it cold, but we want it in a mixture.
Yeah. That looks pretty good. Okay. The next step is we're going to make a well. Do you know what that means to make a well in the dough?
But I do know what a wishing well is.
That's good. Did you make a wish last time you saw one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to put a little hole in the middle of our dough, and then we're going to add our liquid. This is actually the whey from our clotted cream that we made earlier, and that we'll show you in a different video. You can use also buttermilk, is what the recipe traditionally calls for. So, Kate, I'm going to have you pour that right into that hole. Can you do that? You can go fast. Nice job. Okay. And now we're going to stir and get that all incorporated. Okay, you want to give it a turn or two. You just want to make sure all of the ingredients are wet. But we don't want to overwork it, or we'll have tough biscuits instead of flaky and tender biscuits. All right, give it one more stir.
That's like
It's kind of hard, huh?
thick.
Yeah, it's
That's
very
really thick.
But it's still sticky too. Kind of a tricky, interesting thing. Okay, we don't want to overmix this because then,
kind of like pancake dough.
yeah.
Right?
Okay, so we're gonna push that out of the way, and we're gonna sprinkle flour on the countertop. And help me spread it out.
Yes.
All right. Good job. And now we're gonna dump our dough right onto this flour mess. Is that messy?
I was wondering what that cup was for.
Yeah. That's super important.
So that we don't get our countertop covered in dough.
Yep. All right, we're gonna scrape that off. Okay, now we're gonna also flour the top of this.
So that if we flip it around and the flour's gone.
Well, so that we can roll it out. Okay, one way to make sure that the dough doesn't stick is you've got to coat your rolling pin.
This is a lot. I'm guessing this stuff is very, very, very sticky.
Yes, it's very,
If
very
it needs
sticky
this
dough.
much flour.
Okay, so do you want to try rolling it out for me? Do you need me to show you how first? Don't go too far down. We want it to be thick. Oh, that looks great, honey. We want nice,
So much flour.
thick biscuits. I'm gonna go this way, and that is about all that we're gonna do. We're gonna leave it at about 3/4 of an
How many
inch top.
biscuits will this make?
This will make somewhere between 10 and 12 biscuits. So we're gonna get our biscuit pan over here and set it down. Okay, I'm gonna show you the cut.
You want to make as many as possible or not very many?
As many as possible, because you wanna mess with the dough as few times as possible. Can you put that on our dough or on our tray? Good job. Okay, you wanna line that up? Wanna do it? Nice. And twist it a little bit.
So tender.
If we're lucky, this is what I like to do at the very end. I just like to put the ring down
Oh,
and
that's so
push it
cool.
down
I've
in
never
there.
done that before.
And
Then I
then,
just roll stuff out.
yeah, it works out really well. All
It
right.
does because it's like on the shape. It's hard to
That
pick.
one in there.
up.
Perfect. All right, it looks like we actually only got 8 out of that batch of biscuits. That's not
Normally
very
it's
many,
10 or 12. We might have made them a bit too
A
thick.
bit thick this time. I think they'll be extra good though. All right, we are gonna bake these in a 450-degree oven for 10 or 12 to 15 minutes, just to make sure that they're nice and golden brown.
That's hot.
All right, it's been about 12 minutes. Should we see if our biscuits are done? All right. Oh, Kate, they look perfect. You did such a great job.
They also smell good.
Don't they? All right. Well, I think that maybe we should all sit down and enjoy a biscuit with some clotted cream and homemade strawberry jam.